Today's episode is going to be super fun. It came to me super spontaneously, so I know that it's Holy Spirit led, but I want to start this off by asking you something. If someone came into your house and cleaned it from top to bottom, decluttered every single closet, made it look almost Pinterest perfect, how long do you think it would actually stay that way? Here's the hard truth. If your lifestyle doesn't change, your home is not going to change either. In today's episode, we are talking about the real reason your home is still feeling super chaotic and what it actually takes to get to the place where everything starts to flow naturally. Spoiler alert, it's not about working harder. That's actually good news. It's about living differently. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Modern Homemaker Mom podcast. I'm your host, Jynae Schmidt. If you found yourself here, it means that you're ready to break free from overwhelm, create a peaceful, well-run home, and finally live with more structure, margin, and stability. Here you'll find practical rhythms, real-life systems, and faith-filled encouragement you need to simplify your home and reclaim your time so that you can show up fully for the life God is calling you to. Let's get started. I don't know where you're at today. Maybe you are in full-on survival mode, just trying to make it to bedtime without losing it. Maybe you're not in crisis, but you know that things are not working as well as they could potentially be. Or maybe you've made a few good changes in your life. Some things are working, but you also still feel like your house is just one bad week away from totally crumbling to the ground and falling apart. Here's the thing. The goal is what I like to call, and I say this to my students all the time, maintenance mode. That is the sweet spot where your house practically starts running itself. It's working for you instead of against you. Your rhythms, your systems, they're second nature to you now, and those messes no longer feel like mountains. This is so possible for you, but you won't stumble into it by accident. You have to be very intentional about it, and so let's talk about what this looks like. Let me put it this way. It's like when you're trying to lose weight, not in the casual, maybe one day kind of day, like, oh yeah, in 6 months I would love to lose the weight. No, it's like when you're serious, when you're saying to yourself, I am done feeling uncomfortable in my clothes. I'm tired of doing up my jean buttons and it pinching me in every which way. I want to feel confident again. I want the energy. I want to recognize myself in the mirror instead of dreading looking in the mirror to see that reflection of myself. That kind of shift does not happen by accident. And it also doesn't happen overnight. It takes intention. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, it also takes some sacrifice. From what I understand, one of the basics of weight loss is creating a calorie deficit. Now, I am not by any means a health coach, but from what I've heard, this is what I understand. And so if you're in a calorie deficit, that means just for a time, you need to be consuming fewer calories than you are burning. It's not forever. Like, you don't have to do it forever and ever and ever. It's just for a season, and that season is going to lead to the desired result that you want. And how do you do that? Well, not by starving yourself, not by cutting everything cold turkey, not by working out for 3 hours a day. It's all in the small, simple shifts, those little changes, choosing differently day after day. Skipping the late night snack, that's a habit that you maybe have. You're skipping that snack, and instead you're going for a walk in the day, even if it's only 30 minutes. You're swapping one meal that might be unhealthy for a healthier option. And you don't see results right away necessarily, but you keep going because you have the vision. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, wait a minute, your pants are no longer squeezing your stomach anymore. Your face looks a little less puffy in those photos that your little child took of you. Maybe you feel lighter, you feel more energized, more like yourself, so you're feeling confident. That is how change builds. And the same principles applies to your home. This is the analogy I'm trying to give you today. You're tired of the chaos in your home. You're tired of feeling like your house is constantly behind you, chasing you, outpacing you. You want to feel put together. You want your home to feel relaxing, safe, peaceful. Not perfect necessarily, but manageable, super enjoyable. You want to feel in control, like it's yours. But that kind of home, it doesn't come from one huge cleanup session that you spend one whole day doing. It comes from a lifestyle shift, similar to if you are trying to lose weight. Your calorie deficit, quote unquote, in homemaking is those small intentional actions. Choosing to do the 10-minute tidy even when you'd rather be scrolling on your phone. putting a rhythm in place for your kitchen drawers instead of shoving the cutlery all back in with no proper organizational rhythm or system put in place. Teaching your family and your children, investing in them about where things go and why it matters. Yes, those things take time, but it's going to result in a huge change down the road. Or even taking the extra 3 minutes. Did you hear me? I said 3 minutes to reset a room before you go to bed so that it greets you peacefully in the morning. These are just tiny things on their own, but they build. And when they build, they become your new normal over time. You're doing this to build the momentum. It's in these little shifts that build as time go on. And then one day you realize that you can walk into your kitchen and suddenly it just no longer feels like a disaster zone to you. Things start having their own homes where they belong. Your family understands the rhythms, the systems that you have set up, and they keep it that way. And then as you get into it, as I've said before, you enter into maintenance mode. So let me give you a real life example of what maintenance mode kind of looks like in my house and the benefits of that. So yesterday, actually, we spent the afternoon at the beach. It was a beautiful day, blue skies, so warm, sunny. And we live in the mountains, and if you have ever been to the mountains, or maybe you live in the mountains as well, you know how beautiful the mountain lakes are. And so about 20, maybe 30 minutes away from us is this beautiful emerald green, crystal clear lake that we like to go to. So we packed up our paddle boards, packed up the baby, and we went there for the day to enjoy some of the sun and the beautiful weather, just being present as a family. When we got home, I'll be honest with you, the house had this slightly chaotic feeling to it. You know what I mean? You walk in, you are dumping your wet swimsuits, your towels, water bottles, sunscreen, baby items, all the things, and it just kind of feels a little chaotic. Before we had left, we ate lunch as well, and we didn't clean up the lunch just because we were so eager to get outside and enjoy the nature time. So we just left the lunch kind of mess in the kitchen, and so it didn't feel like super crazy, but it also was obviously a little bit messy, and that could have quickly spiraled into something worse if I just left it as it was. But instead of ignoring it, I looked to my husband and I said, hey, how do you feel about just spending 10 minutes doing a quick tidy, getting things put back together, and then we can relax? Because we were both like, we'd been out in the sun all day and we were ready for relaxing, and my daughter needed to get down to bed. And he was like, yeah, let's do that, and then we can just totally unwind. So that's what we did. It took us less than 10 minutes to get the house from feeling a little out of control and put back together. And that is the power of maintenance mode. Because we've built rhythms and systems into our home, it doesn't feel like I'm starting from scratch. Every time life happens, every time something comes up and the house feels a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic, we were able to put the baby to bed, and then we curled up on the couch together with blankets and watched a show super peacefully. There was no stress. I didn't feel guilty about relaxing. There was no dread about this mess waiting for me in the kitchen the next morning because we had spent 10 minutes getting on top of that. And that's, like I said, that's the beauty of maintenance mode, because we've done the work. I've invested in the time to get my house to a place where I just have to maintain it instead of constantly reinventing the wheel. And this is our normal. When you get into maintenance mode, you spend less time cleaning and purging items and more time being present and showing up for the things in life that truly matter and light you up. And I love that about this. This is the life that I want, and you have to want it enough to achieve it. Do you want this? Ask yourself that. Do you want to be in maintenance mode? You cannot just sit there and dislike the state of your home for months and months and months and even years and years. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. And make no change about it. If you don't make a change, if you don't make a shift, if you don't overcome the bad habits, nothing is going to happen. You're going to continue, just to be frank, you're going to continue sitting in the chaotic mess. You have to want that vision. You have to seek that lifestyle. It's honestly so much about a mindset shift. There's physical things that we need to change, physical things that we need to do, but it's a lot. It all starts in the mindset shift. And just like we can hate that extra weight, going back to the weight loss analogy I had talked about earlier, like we can hate the extra weight that we might be carrying, yet we might not actually commit to a workout plan or healthier eating habits. But if you want it bad enough, if you want to lose the weight, if you have that vision and you hold on to it, that's when the change starts to come. If you want that peaceful home, if you want to feel relaxed, if you don't want to feel stressed when you wake up in the morning because your house is completely out of control, then you need to want to have that. You need to have that vision and you need to run with it. It takes, what I've heard, it takes 21 days to create a habit. So if you are serious about achieving the life that you truly desire, that peaceful home that you've been dreaming of, but haven't quite gotten there on your own, then I invite you to join me inside my 3-month course, Modern Homemaker Method. I am so passionate about this, and I'm sure you can hear the passion in my voice right now as I'm delivering this message, because it is something that truly lights me up. This lifestyle I'm talking about, this lifestyle truly lights me up. I'm able to do the things that I love in my life. I'm able to spend an entire afternoon reading outside, or have a picnic with my daughter, or even sit on the floor with her for 30 minutes reading books and building blocks and doing that kind of thing, or going on a date night with my husband and coming back and just feeling like I can relax for the evening because my house isn't a complete mess. And I'm so passionate about this because I want this for every woman out there. And I know that you can achieve this. You can hold on to this. You can experience this if you want it bad enough. You've been stuck in survival mode for so long that maybe it's starting to feel normal to you. But friend, that normal is costing you more than you think. Every day that you stay stuck in that chaos, you are losing time that you are never going to get back. Think about it. We aren't guaranteed the amount of time. Like, we're not guaranteed to live 80 years. Yeah, maybe you might live 80 years, but you're not guaranteed it. We never know how long our time on this earth is going to last. And so we need to be making the most of the time that we are given. When you are stuck in the chaos, you're losing time to rest. You're losing time to play with your children, to be present with your children, time to breathe, spend time with the Lord, spend time relaxing, catching up on your thoughts, time to actually enjoy your life, not just constantly cleaning up after it. Now, let me ask you this. What could you be doing if you weren't constantly behind? Maybe you could be sitting down with a coffee while it's still hot instead of having to microwave it 3 times before you can actually finish it. Maybe you could be reading that book that you've been meaning to start, you've really wanted to start, but you haven't, for some reason you feel like you haven't had the time to do it. You could be enjoying your dinner with your family without feeling behind before the supper already starts. You could tuck your kids into bed at the end of the day without snapping at them and feeling on edge because you're so exhausted from the day. You could even start that creative project, maybe watercolor paint just for fun, or doodle in a sketchbook just for fun because you enjoy it. Maybe you could feel more connected with your husband at the end of the day instead of just collapsing into bed, scrolling reels because you just feel so overwhelmed. This is what I want for you, all of those things. I want you to achieve all of those things and so much more. I mean, you can fill in the blanks for whatever that looks like for you, that desired lifestyle that you want. I want that for you. And this is what we build for you inside of the Modern Homemaker Method. We begin with just one key area of your home. You'll declutter it, organize it, and then we'll go through and we'll set up your cleaning rhythms that work for your real life. It's personalized to you and your home, your family, whatever works for you. And we continue to build on that progress bit by bit. I'm always telling my students we're trying to simplify things, keep things incredibly simple. We don't want to complicate things. We want to keep it simple because when things are simple, they are achievable. And then by the end of our 3-month time together in the course, you are going to have a roadmap and a touch and a taste of that peaceful space that's going to serve your family. You're going to have rhythms that finally stick for you, because they were made for your real life, your personal life. And you're going to have that clear roadmap to help you move through the rest of your home, getting the rest of your home in order without feeling so overwhelmed. You'll step into what we've talked about today, maintenance mode, where your home doesn't constantly demand your time every single second of the day. It's going to start giving your time back, time for those things that we talked about that matter the most. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start living again, embracing that lifestyle that you've been desiring, that you've been wishing for, praying for so long, but just haven't felt like you know how to get there, I invite you to join me inside the Modern Homemaker Method course so that we can build your peaceful, purpose-filled home together. You can join and find more information about that at jynaeschmid.com/modern homemaker method. That's jynaeschmid.com/modern homemaker method, or the link will be for you below in the show notes. Now, this was a lot of information. I was really passionate, and like I said, I did not plan this episode. It was totally spontaneous, so I hadn't planned or had a proper outline for any of this. I'm just sitting here with my mic, and I'm just speaking from my heart. So let's recap the things that we talked about today. Maintenance mode is the goal. A peaceful, well-managed home that feels light and easy to care for is what we're looking to achieve. Survival mode is where many of us start, but staying there is not serving you. It's not doing anything for you. Just like the weight loss analogy that we talked about, it takes small, consistent lifestyle shifts to get you that desired result, that desired outcome that you really want. Quick fixes are not just going to cut it. You need systems and rhythms that are going to actually support your real life. And my course, Modern Homemaker Method, walks you through that transformation step by step. So if you're done with all of those Band-Aid solutions, you're done scouring the internet and downloading yet another checklist, and you're ready to truly shift into how to properly manage your home, I want to invite you to join me inside the Modern Homemaker Method. You'll walk away with a home that feels peaceful, with rhythms that work, and the clarity to finally stay on top of it without burning out constantly. Friend, the life that you're craving, that peaceful home, the calm evenings, the energy to be fully present with your family, it's not out of reach. It starts with small, steady shifts, one decision at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. You just need a plan and someone to walk you through it. And that's what I'd love to do inside the Modern Homemaker Method course. As always, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so happy that you've tuned in to today's episode. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, I'll see you on the next episode of the Modern Homemaker Mom podcast. Did something in today's episode encourage you? If it did, would you take a minute to hit subscribe and leave a quick review? It's such a simple way to support this show and help other homemakers find this encouragement as well. And if you're looking for even more support in your homemaking journey, come join our free Facebook group. Just head over to bit.ly/homeroutines. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you in the next episode.